First, a warning. I am about to get mad. I don't usually do that, or at least I try not to, but some things just piss me off. And the claim that we live in a democracy is definitely one of those things. Canada is not a democracy. The United Kingdom is not a democracy, nor are Australia and New Zealand. The United States is even less of a democracy. Not if democracy means a political economic system where every citizen has approximately the same power and say in all of the country's important decisions. These so called capitalist liberal democracies are political systems that offer an illusion of an equal say for all citizens, but are in reality oligarchies. Oligarchies. A wealthy minority always gets its way. That minority owns or controls most sources of both information and culture. The wealthiest 1% fund political parties. This is especially true in the United States, where the Supreme Court allowed corporations and rich people to spend as much as they want to influence elections. In fact, the leader of the free world is the least democratic of all these so called democracies. In the US electoral system, millions can't vote because they've been in prison. Then there's the farce of the Electoral College. Someone can win the presidency with less overall votes than their opponent. A vote for senator in Wyoming can be worth more than 50 times of a vote in California. Even in the House of Representatives, because of gerrymandering, the election results are seldom representative. The two party system, together with the power of the dollar, means people are forced to choose between Tweedledee and Tweedledum, both bought and controlled by the wealthiest 1%. Even if the political system itself was truly democratic, which it is not, most real power resides with those who control the economy. And who is that? The same wealthiest 1%. They can move jobs to places where people are paid less. If they aren't happy with the investment climate of a particular country, they wreak havoc by pulling their capital, shutting factories, driving down the value of currency, or having the most powerful armed forces in the world threaten to destroy the place. Politicians are beholden to the wealthy for donations, for support in the media, and because they understand the power rich people derive from their control over the economy. The rich don't need to directly buy politicians because they already own the economic system. Democracy. What a joke! This is definitely not a system in which all citizens have equal rights and power. Only people who have been brainwashed by propaganda could believe it is. Real democracy. What would it look like? Companies owned and democratically controlled by workers and communities, constitutions that are regularly updated, written and approved by conventions of the entire adult population, a Bill of Fundamental Rights that is extremely difficult to change, and that an independent, maybe elected, judiciary enforces. One person, one vote, rather than $1, one vote, as the basic governing principle in government and economy. A media owned and controlled by political parties, unions, cities, multiple owning communities that give voice to a full range of opinion. Laws limiting the influence of money. How about we limit the word democracy to political economic systems where every citizen has approximately the same power and say in all society's important decisions. Oh, I've written a book about that. More on that soon.